Ukraine may gain an advantage on the battlefield. Kyiv's allies are increasing their support for Ukraine and defense production. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said this at the joint press conference with the Ukrainian president. The Security General said that the alliance countries would do their best to meet Ukraine's arms needs.
Stocks can be replenished and it will be done. There is no getting back the lives lost. To replenish our stockpiles we must produce more. So I welcome the fact that allies are increasing defense production. We are also working on joint production in Ukraine. Jens Stoltenberg, Secretary General of NATO at the press conference in Kyiv.
Stoltenberg is sure that Ukraine needs long-term and predictable financial support. Moscow must realize that it cannot win and wait it out. The NATO Secretary General has said Ukraine's victory is in the West's interest. Former British Deputy Defense Secretary James Hippie is sure. After all, he says a stalemate or a Russian victory would lead to a new Cold War that would last for decades and cost the West trillions of dollars. Therefore, Kyiv needs more support, the experts say. The latest aid package from the USA, in his opinion, will not radically change the balance of forces on the battlefield, but will certainly help the Ukrainian army to stabilize the situation.
My expectation is that with this huge inflow of Western support, we'll see the front lines stabilize, and while the fighting will be fierce, I don't expect to see significant amounts of territory traded this year. James Hippie, UK Deputy Defense Secretary from 2020 to 2024 from The Telegraph.
Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas has said that the announced UK and US aid packages for Ukraine should inspire other countries to follow their example. According to her, Ukraine needs both immediate military assistance from its allies and long-term support.
We shouldn't forget that we have the resources and expertise. Our strength outweighs Russia's. But we all still have a long way to go, and we don't have the luxury of time. Russian imperialism is a threat to all of Europe, and it's important that our allies see it that way too. Kaja Kallas, Prime Minister of Estonia, in an interview with The Telegraph.
Increasing threat from Russia to NATO countries generates adequate and objective understanding of these risks and this threat. First of all, it concerns the Baltic states, Poland, the Scandinavian countries, as well as the countries of Southern Europe, which have also woken up to the evil goals of the Russian Federation.
Ukraine is capable of stopping Russian aggression on its land and preventing it from spreading to the other states. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has said he appealed to the UK foreign ministers to continue supporting Kyiv.
Strength stops Russia, caution only provokes it, not vice versa. The only way to prevent Putin from igniting a bigger war in Europe is to inflict painful losses on the Russian occupation forces on the territory of Ukraine. Only by inflicting a defeat on Putin on our territory can we force him to abandon his aggressive plans for Moldova, Poland, the Baltic states, Finland and other European countries. Dmytro Kuleba, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, from a speech at a meeting of EU foreign and defense ministers.
Meanwhile, it has become known that the United States is finalizing the preparation of a record military aid package for Ukraine and is preparing to sign contract for the supply of weapons and equipment to the armed forces of Ukraine worth $6 billion. According to the official list published by the U.S. Defense Department, Ukraine will receive missiles for Patriot and NASAMS, ammunition for HIMARS, artillery shells of 155mm and 152mm caliber, high-accuracy aviation ammunition, Switchblade and Puma drones, vehicles, small arms and other weapons. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Yulia Bil, UATV News.